So, how many times did you visit Portugal before you knew?
Before
Well, you said
I moved.
Yeah, before you moved, because you said
9.
you knew 9 times.
I did. Yes, I moved. I came 9 visits.
9 visits.
9 visits.
But you knew the
different.
first time.
I knew, yeah, when I went to Porto, that was, it just like it, touches your heart. Just like if you were looking for a place to live. Or, you know when you know.
You know when you
so
know.
I just felt that, when I went to Porto, and then when I came to the Algarve, I was like, yep, that's it.
That's wow.
Yeah, and then I checked some other places out in the area.
Okay.
And the most important thing that I think people should think about is to be sure to ask other people.
Ask other people.
Ask the locals.
Locals.
Talk to locals. Talk to anybody that speaks the language.
Yes.
So that you can hear their version. And even they will tell you, oh yeah, this is a good place. But one thing was, oftentimes people come on holiday. They come during the summer, and the place is very busy.
Yep.
And you come back in the winter, and it's sort of shut down.
Yeah, you
So
get
you
2
wanna
different
make sure,
vibes.
Yeah, that you do your homework and go different times of the year.
Yeah.
So you can see. But my favorite question, I think, is something to think about, is if you decide you want to come, you got to ask yourself, make a list of pros and cons before you even think about it.
Okay.
You want to make sure that you what is your personality like?
Yeah. Okay.
Because everybody's different. Because when you look now on social media and different things, I see a lot of things that I wouldn't consider appropriate. And, people have their own opinions from
different
other
time.
people. So form your own opinions.
Yeah.
It's okay to listen to people, but just do your own homework.
Yeah. One thing I really liked that you mentioned was speaking with the locals. I don't think a lot of people do that because when you're moving to another country, to feel at home, at the end of the day, yes, we're trying to flock to our people, but you're in their country, so getting that feel from the locals, see how, if you don't want to be in a city or a country where it's like, they don't want foreigners to be in, so that's very important. I'm glad you added that. Okay,
and
so
another thing.
Drop the jabs, Lola, drop the jabs.
But when people tell you don't go there or they don't like that place, the thing is to ask them why.
Why? Because that's their opinion.
Their opinion, and the main reason they might not like it could be a reason that you would like it. So that to me is very important.
I hope they got their pen out.
That would be the number one question.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, and just pay attention.
100%. I'll give a quick side example. Like I visited Marrakesh, Morocco, and I loved it. I'm a male, so my female friends have had a different experience, So
I would not go back.
She wouldn't go back. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's everyone's gonna have their different opinion and a different. At the end of the day, it's good to form your own opinion. Okay. So let's dive into your pros and cons list. So what made you want to move to Portugal, and what pros and cons? What made you? What was your? She was like, I'm ready.
Okay, pro would be like when I first came. Even though I've done a lot of reading, about it. But I think just when I came on holiday, and I didn't come with the intention of checking Portugal out to see if it was a place for retirement.
Yep.
I just came because it was recommended by someone to come during that time.
Yeah. Okay.
And so my mind wasn't even thinking about retirement. I was just going for the holiday.
Yes.
And that right there, once I got to Porto, just things began to creep up, and the way they talk to you, and everybody was friendly, and safety. Safety is number one.
I don't even need to ask you questions. She's answering all the questions. So
safety is number one.
Yep.
And besides, the people, and you pay attention to the feeling that you get. Yeah. And so safety was number one.
And let me just to give context with when you traveled by yourself.
Sometimes I do, but that particular trip I was traveling with a friend.
Okay. But
I
you still
felt
felt safe.
Yeah, I felt safe. You could feel it. I could feel it. And so that's what made me think about it. When I said, oh my gosh, because the weather wasn't that great. But it was the feel. you know, and the way people are just so friendly and warm and welcoming, you know, it's like, I think I could do it. And actually, I was traveling with a friend who was single also at the time, and she had just actually bought a place. But, and I was concerned about her. I said, "You're going to live in a foreign country by yourself?" Well, I let her know I was, you know, a little skeptical. Well, not skeptical, but I was a little concerned.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to, you know, so I just had to be careful because I didn't want to, you know, wanted her to be happy and, you know, and she did fine. You know, she speaks more languages than I do.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But safety is number one.
Safety.
That was my, and then weather would be number two.
So safety, weather. Yep.
Yeah, safety and weather, and you know, people being in their
Hospitality,
culture.
Yep.
Those were the three things that, you know, inspired me to think Portugal was the place for me.
Okay.
I have two cons.
2 cons. Let them know.
Well, they're very, very. Okay, my 2 cons is when I've sort of had a fear of dogs. And once I came to Lagos, they were everywhere. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to do it? And I was visiting on one of the trips I came to check it out.
Yeah.
And I was another person that I knew happened to be in Lagos at the same time. And they invited me over, and they weren't far from where I was staying, and it was the Tivoli down there. So they invited me to dinner, and so her husband or either son said, "We'll walk you back to the hotel." And it was dark because it's December then.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I'm thinking if I'm gonna live here, I'm gonna be by myself. I need to be able to do this.
Yeah.
So
You brave.
I started out
you
walking.
brave, Lola. You brave. That she brave.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm brave, all right. And I start walking, and all of a sudden this dog, and I make eye contact.
Oh, you go
and
back.
he starts barking at me, and I screamed, and this guy whistles, and
The dogs went
his own
away.
ways. You know,
Okay.
so I said I'm gonna have to overcome that fear.
Yeah.
You know, which people who visited me, you know, since I've been here, are really surprised. You know, I've still struggle some, but nothing like to that degree that I had when I first got here.
Yeah.
And the second one is sort of silly, but I like learning, and I love in the States. When I go to the States, I always love going to the Apple Store.
Okay.
Because I'm not the tech savviest person.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
I love to go.
I already know where you're going with it.
They have an Apple Store, but they don't have that Apple support.
Yeah.
Like we have
it's
in the
not.
States.
It's Apple in the States is a different.
Yeah.
Yep,
You can buy them. You can buy the devices here, but it doesn't. You don't have the services, and you don't have the classes.
Yeah.
Which I just loved and always went to.
Yeah.
You know, even in Germany, I could go to. There was a place in Frankfurt I could go and get lessons and classes and stuff, and they don't have that here in Portugal.
Gotcha.
So I feel like that's slipping for me, but you know, it's okay.
You got me. Listen, call me
right.
if you got any Apple problems. We go handle
That's
it.
right.
So,
That's
okay.
right. And we don't, you know, one thing I notice here, we don't use our phones as often.
Yep.
You know, like you know, every second taking pictures and posting and stuff. We live life. We live life.
Say it again for the people in the front.
We live life. And so do you. You know, I'm so impressed with you, you know, with how you don't use your phone.
Thank
to
you.
be the age you are. You know, I'm surprised, you know, but you know how to have conversations and intermingle and meet people. And so those were my 2 points.
Yeah. You better stop gassing me. You better stop gassing me. So I love that. Okay, so the 3 pros: safety, hospitality, weather. 2 cons, right? So let me ask you: did those 2 cons prohibit you from wanting to move to Portugal?
No, because you have to know yourself.
Yep.
And know your fears, you know, pluses, positives and negatives, and make, and decide, for me, it wasn't, I said I'm gonna have to overcome it.
Yeah.
Apple Store is just something, as much as I hate to,
hey, some
to
people
not have it. But,
yeah.
I say I can live without it, or I'll just go when I can, and have people like you to help me.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. So okay.
It's not worth it. You have to give. Sometimes you have to give something up.
Yeah.
For my freedom, my peace of mind, and my happiness. And as you we met here.
Yeah.
And you see, I'm in Lisbon, a place that it reminded me of when I lived in New York decades ago, when you could walk the streets, you know, and I meet up with other people, and we're here, and it's like we'll go out to dinner or somewhere, and it's dark by the time we finish. Maybe my friend will take the bus, and I'll take the metro, and we just check in when we get home, back to the hotel or wherever, and just make sure we're okay. But walking through the metro at night, I think, oh my God, I could never do that in the States. You know, and it's late sometimes when when I'm walking back. You know, taking the metro back.
Europe life is later.
So it's very, I feel very safe.
Yeah, freedom, peace of mind, happiness. I love that. I love that.
It's very important.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And it outweighs a lot of other things.
Yeah. So how long have you been in Lisbon now? What year did you arrive in Lisbon?
In Lagos.
Lagos. Sorry.
2020, 2 weeks before COVID.
2020, 2 weeks before. So you were here during COVID, and you're still here. So that says a lot. Because COVID, I think COVID made a lot of people realize
That they need to live.
Yeah, where
in their life.
if ish hits the fans, do I love where I'm at? If it all, you know, so that's amazing. Okay,
A lot opening for people.
Yeah. So how would you say, you know, your how would you say 2020 or 2023 now, so 3 years, as a single Black woman, right? How would you say overall the experience has been being in Lagos and in Portugal in general, overall?
Okay, overall it's been excellent.